Hello, my wonderful Geminis. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today, I'm going to be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently not in communication with your person. So, as per usual, I will be starting off with an oracle, and we can just clarify those existing energies with tarot. Alrighty, for my Geminis. And separation, please. Alright, let's see. Okay, so you guys have protection here. I wonder if some of you are involved with the Sagittarius. I believe they pulled this card as well. But that's besides the point here, Gemini. What I see is someone missing you, okay? This card talks about a sense of home, security, comfort, but someone missing you, but also feeling like things ended very abruptly. Okay, so if it wasn't quick, it was very unexpected. Maybe this person feels like they did not expect things to result in a separation, or maybe you guys had a misunderstanding, or a disagreement that resulted in a separation. But either way, they were not expecting this, is what I see. Okay, now this is definitely someone you have history with, and there's a lot that you guys have attained together. I also feel that this is someone that you have made a lot of plans with, right? And specifically pertaining to creating together. So whether it was, living in a family dynamic, like birthing a child, or just business plans or travel plans, but pretty much working together and creating together is what I'm picking up on with your first card. Let's see. Trust. Okay, so this is the mutual energy between the both of you. So how I see it, Gemini, is that it's almost like you're trusting in the unknown right now. That's what both of you are doing. So there's a lot of maybe telepathic communication, or just trusting your intuition to guide you at this time. And I'll tell you why, because essentially, Gemini, it's this energy of you feeling like you guys have survived a lot together. You guys have overcame many obstacles. So is this another mishap? Is this something that you guys can overcome, or is this something that you guys are going to continue to dwell on? This is what the both of you are thinking, right? A lot of emotions here, more specifically suppressed emotions, and maybe you feeling that it takes a lot out of you, or a lot of strength to overcome what occurred in the past. So even if it was like a misunderstanding or a conflict, maybe there was a harsh exchange of words, right? Maybe something was said or done that really hurt your feelings. So whether it's because it's fresh on your mind, or whether it's because it just created some sort of deeper wound, it seems to be something that's difficult to overcome. So pretty much what I'm getting here, guys, is trusting in the unknown, having some sort of faith that things will work out. And this could also be your person viewing the situation as like divinely orchestrated. Like maybe they don't use that exact term, but they feel like things happen the way that they did because they were meant to, and they feel like you guys would find your way back to each other. Whether you agree with this or not, Gemini, I'm just explaining your person's perception of this bond here. A sense of wanting to move to calmer waters. Like this person could be remembering like a date night, or like a very romantic evening, or something that they find to be sentimental, right? They could be kind of feeling nostalgic about that. Wanting to relive some sort of very heartwarming moment with you is what I'm sensing. Okay, pleasure. So, I feel like for many of you, it could be a desire, an urge to start fresh or start new again. But this also talks about someone who wants to make something up to you, cheer you up, in other words, right? But here's how I see it. It's almost like this card, when I look at it, I see a gateway. So in order to receive some sort of change, or choose to take a brand new path, there needs to be something that is released. And what needs to be released is maybe what's in the unknown, or maybe the past here, why things ended the way that they did. Like after a period of release, I see like a period of progress, if that makes sense. So let's further clarify these energies. So it's almost like your person is so curious about what it is that you're up to, they have to stop themselves from inquiring about you. Whether it's through readings, whether it's, you guys have mutual friends, or simply just keeping tabs on you in the form of like social media. It's like the Page of Swords talks about someone who is very curious, like they're doing a bit of spying, right? But with it in reverse, it doesn't mean that they're not curious. It's they feel they are too curious or they are too involved for someone who is in separation with you, right? You're someone that they think about every day. They're constantly wondering, maybe where your attention is or what it is that you're up to. It's like they know that you used to share details with them about your day, about your life, and again, they're just kind of like wondering about you is the best way for me to put it here. They do stop themselves from constantly trying to keep tabs on you, but it doesn't mean that they're successful at it. It's just something that they're actively working towards. This could be your energy as well, Gemini, where you feel like you are starting to kind of detach or you want to stop checking up on this person as much. Maybe you feel like the more you check up on them, the more that you're reminded of how things used to be. So if checking up on someone is putting you in a crummy mood, you're probably going to choose not to do so, right? So what is the trust card about? By the way, guys, I was just wondering, do you all kind of like prefer the longer, detailed readings, or do you guys prefer like shorter readings? If you guys could let me know in the comments, that would be great. Just out of curiosity, if you are fine with that. Okay, trust, let's see. So we have two cards here. We have the Knight of Swords as well as the Death card. Some of you may be involved with an air sign, so a Gemini like yourself, a Libra, Aquarius, or we do have Scorpion energy with the Death card. So the Death card in reverse is someone who doesn't want to let go of something, okay? So mutually, you both do feel that there is unfinished business. And because it's the middle cards, it's how both of you are viewing this situation. So it seems that you guys are feeling there's unfinished business, and that could be the very reason why you're trusting in the unknown right now, okay? A Knight of Swords could be the desire to communicate, could speak about, quick communication. So maybe shortly you guys will be experiencing some sort of, back and forth communication here. But also, this card urges you guys to, not selectively pick and choose what to listen to, whether that's on your end or your person's end. Because sometimes the Knight of Swords could be someone who's very, like, quick on their feet, but it could also result in someone who wants to have like the last word at all times. So pretty much if you guys were speaking right now or were to speak, there is this, so the advice behind the card essentially is to have a mutual understanding and make sure both perspectives are heard. Death card in reverse. Okay, so your person is not able to face this change, and this change being this separation. They don't feel that things are over. And that's probably the same reason I was getting that download of this person feeling like somehow, some way, someday, you guys will make your way back to each other. They have this inner belief that things are happening the way that they are for a reason. Like, this is not someone who looks at this situation like beating a dead horse. They genuinely feel that even if things are stagnant right now, that things will pick up. Again, whether you agree with this or not, that's up to you, Gemini, but it is how your person perceives this bond here. Let's see. And I feel like both of you are at more of a calm space, or a much more calm space than you once were. Like maybe now it's more of an analytical period, maybe the impulsive emotions or the anger, or, I'm not saying it's non-existent, but maybe you're coping with it in a better manner. The Hierophant in reverse, still focused on the failure to commit in the past, whether you were involved with a non-committal individual or the fact that you guys were in a commitment, but like I mentioned earlier, things could have ended very abruptly. Now, the Hierophant in reverse could also be that you feel something went against your belief system or your moral code. Like maybe you feel like you broke a promise that you made to yourself. Like maybe the promise was to not give this person another chance, or not be involved in a situation that brings you more confusion than happiness. But there's something where you feel disappointed is the best way for me to explain it. And for others of you, this could be, some sort of negativity that was pertaining to a legal situation in the past that upset you, because sometimes the Hierophant can speak about, legal situations, but that's obviously not going to be the case for all of you. Now, there is this desire to pursue this commitment. There is this desire to take things to the next level, but there's two different approaches here. Like, the way that you may want a commitment is not the same way that this person is approaching it. It's like, even if both of you want a commitment, there are differences that you guys focus on. Like, maybe this person likes to take things slow and you're fine with that, but you're also someone who desires a title. You're also someone who wants maybe marriage in the near future. There's some sort of disagreement when it comes to the way you guys live your life, or like your belief system is the best way for me to say it, right? And of course that's going to vary. It's a general read, but generic example, maybe you want to move to a higher level of commitment and your person kind of wants to take their time doing so. And it's not to say that you would be in a rushful kind of energy, but it's almost like you don't want to waste your time either, right? And of course, that's not going to be the case for all of you. That's just a generic example, but I'm trying to show you the contrast between the mentalities, right? So it could be like two extremes or like polar opposites, but it's pertaining to what you guys believe in and what you guys desire. And so this difference causes a lot of disagreements between the both of you, is what I see here. Some of you may be involved with a Taurus, if I didn't already mention that. Okay, Page of Swords. There could be a child involved here who is an air sign as well. And definitely, for some of you, it's an age gap or a difference when it comes to expression. Like, you may feel like you communicate your emotions and your, motives much better than this person does. Maybe you feel like they have more of like a closed off energy, or they don't know how to portray what they're feeling or verbalize what they're feeling in the best manner. Of course, no judgment, guys. I'm just saying that I do see a difference between like the communication levels here, or the openness, I should say, like the expression. Page of Swords. So for some of you, this person is still watching to see what it is that you're up to, because they know that they were dishonest with you. The Seven of Swords could talk about dishonesty, or someone who was doing something in a very discreet or sneaky manner. So whether it's that you have caught them red-handed, or they tried to do something but also get away with it. Here's what I will say. If you did catch this person in a lie, or you caught them doing something that, wasn't pleasant, maybe you feel like they were being avoidant and it made it worse. It's almost like, okay, maybe what they did was bad enough, but you feel like it made it worse that they didn't come clean about it, or they didn't apologize and explain why they did what they did. Like, this could be someone, because we are talking about an individual who is kind of lacking in the expression department, or they have a hard time doing so, like expressing their emotions and expressing how they feel. Maybe they may choose the path to avoid things because it feels easier for them. But for someone like you who's ruled by communication, maybe that's what makes everything so much harder. It's like, okay, well, I want to talk about it though. It's not something that I want to, sweep under the rug, is how you can be feeling. Seven of Swords, some of you may be involved with an Aquarius here, but how I see it, Gemini, is like, many of you feel this person is, watching or seeing what it is that you're up to, because you feel like they know they're in the wrong. And, that's what the cards are telling me. It's someone who's aware that they did something behind your back. It's someone who's aware that they caused some sort of disappointment here, but they're not being upfront about it. It's someone who's kind of hiding in the bushes, testing the waters, seeing what you're up to, but they're not really ready to come forward, or they're fearing coming forward. It's like some sort of intimidation factor here. Okay, Knight of Swords and the Death card. Whoa, that is way too many. Let's see. Okay, Death card with the Knight of Swords. There we go. Okay. So here's the question at hand that both of you are kind of, or this is the question that's crossing both of your minds, since it speaks about the mutual energy. Do you want to nurture this connection, or do you not? As much as your person misses the nurturing energy from you, right? That's what the first card talks about. And your first card is your most predominant or like potent card, when in a sense of energy. But with the Queen of Cups here, it's almost like even though they miss you, even though they're longing for you, they don't feel like this would be reciprocated, or this is someone who's operating from a space of ego. It's like, I feel like a shameful or like a guilty conscience. It's like someone who knows that they're not deserving of having things, or being forgiven here, or they feel like even though they miss you and they want to nurture this connection, they don't feel like the outcome would be their desired outcome. Plain and simple, I feel like this person is aware that you're disappointed in them. They're also aware that they're not coming forward right now, and that may be upsetting you even more. Okay. On the flip side, touching on your emotions a bit, again, I feel like that's your question at hand. Like, I put my best foot forward. I was nurturing this connection. My feelings are hurt, and you're not apologizing for my feelings being hurt. Neither are you, nor are you coming to the forefront, bringing to the forefront what occurred. So it's like, okay, what do I want to do moving forward? Do I want to invest again, or do I not? And for some of you, you're in this energy of protecting your heart because you feel like that's the right thing to do at this time. Okay. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse here with the Hierophant in reverse. So a major focus on the failed commitment, but I don't see many action-oriented cards. If you guys are wondering what the possible future outcome can be, I feel like it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of sulking, or like being in sorrow and dwelling about why things weren't able to get off the ground here, and a constant wondering if you can pick up the broken pieces and fix it. But I don't feel like there's anything going to be done about it, at least not in the near future. Of course, energies are subject to change, but as of right now, I see more of like a thinking and feeling energy, but still a tad bit guarded. For some of you in the future, the question at hand is going to be, are your differences outweighing the similarities, right? Is the love going to be able to outweigh the anger, frustration, and differences, or are the differences, outweighing the desire to have a commitment here, is what I see. So my wonderful Geminis, I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.